Hello, my name is Linda Uboti. I'm going to be doing my case presentation on Tina Marie Johnson. Miss Johnson is 25 years old. She is seeking treatment because she's trying to get her life back on track. Miss Johnson has been struggling with depression, bipolar, and PTSD uh, due to her family of origin. Miss Johnson grew up in a household where her father and her mother were involved in a lot of aggression, and father was verbally and physically abusive. Miss Johnson in the past has a history of suicidal ideations, also drug and alcohol abuse. Miss Johnson is here today seeking treatment because she is trying to go back to school, take care of her kids, and support her fiance who is now in drug and alcohol counseling due to a recent DUI. Miss Johnson also finds herself in the same situation her mother was in with her father. Miss Johnson's fiance has been verbally and physically aggressive, but she states that he has recently calmed down due to a court mandated treatment. Miss Johnson has a history of drug and alcohol abuse. She started using at the age of 16 to deal with depression, self-worth, and self-esteem issues. At the age of 18, Miss Johnson tried to commit suicide due to a family conflict. So I'm going to be introducing my coworker who is going to be playing the role of Miss Johnson today for this project. So say hi, Miss Johnson.
Hello, Miss Johnson.
So hi, Miss Johnson.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
Okay. The last time you were here, was about 3 weeks ago when we did your intake. It seems like you listed a couple of things you wanted to work on. You wanted to see a therapist, and I did explain to you that I was going to be working with you from now on as a therapist. And today is our first session. So as I was going over your note, I see that you have some trauma history, you have some abuse history, you also have substance abuse history. So I wanted you to tell me a little bit about yourself and what you hope to accomplish from this therapy session today.
Well, I think what I want to do is I need to get myself back on track somehow, and I'm not sure how else to do it at this point. Um, I struggled all through my childhood. I feel like I'm struggling now in my early 20s. I'm raising two kids, have a fiance, and I really don't have a career. I pick up part-time jobs here or there, but I really want to go back to school. But just kind of dealing with all of it and thinking about it all. I find myself every night drinking at home, and that upsets the kids. And my fiance is in court mandated treatment to try and get better, and he's maybe going to get better. I don't know, but what about me? Like, what do I do with me? So I figure this is a good step in the right direction to try and get some help.
Okay. So what I'm hearing you saying is that you're here because you want to make sure that your children don't go through what you've been through. The history that you share with me about your mother and father and growing up, you want that to be different for your kids.
I do. Like they've already seen a lot, and I don't like the fact that they've seen what they've seen. It makes me feel like I'm now being a bad mother and doing bad things that I shouldn't be doing to them, and I don't want them to remember me as a bad mom.
Okay. Sounds like that's really important to you.
It is. It is because I just want better for them than I have. So I don't want them living or feeling the way I feel now.
Okay. So let me tell you what we're going to be doing. What we're going to be working on, the behavior theory that I'm going to be using with you is called CBT, is connective behavior theory. What that does is what we're going to be looking at in our sessions from now on is how you think about stuff, how your thinking process then affects your judgment, your behavior, whether it's at home or with your kids or with your fiance, how that thinking process also affects the way you feel about yourself and how you're carrying yourself. So we're going to be looking at just how you think about stuff and how that affects you, whether it's negative or positive. We are going to be setting some long-term goals, and we're also going to be setting some short-term goals. So short-term goals are things that we can accomplish within the next 3 months. So you'll come up with something you want to work on. I'll support you. We'll look at it. And, you do that here and also at home. And then when you come back, we can discuss. And then the long-term goal is something that we're going to be doing, maybe working on for the next 6 months to 9 months. We're going to be doing the same thing. So we'll just look at both goals and see where you want to be once you're done with therapy. So since you've described the situation at home and your kids and what you want to do, sounds like you want to get on the right track and get yourself to a place where you are not a victim of your circumstances, and also get help with drugs and alcohol so you can be able to be a better mom to your kids at this point.
Yeah. I don't know if I call myself a victim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I ever thought about myself that way, but
Okay.
I mean, yes, it could be. I just want my kids to be okay, and I want to make things work with my fiance now, and I don't want to mess this up like I've messed all my other relationships up in my life.
Okay, so you're looking at your relationships with other people, and you tell yourself that it was your fault that it got messed up.
Well, my dad, he hated me. It's my fault him and mom got divorced, although somehow I got blamed for that. He was the one cheating, but it was my fault. So, he wrote me off, and, he doesn't talk to me anymore, and I don't have any relationship with him. And we didn't have a great relationship growing up. And, then I just keep meeting guys after guys after guys, and, the relationships don't last. And it has to be me. It can't be every single guy I'm dating, right? Okay. So, maybe I don't deserve to be happy. Maybe I don't deserve them. I don't know what it is. But this guy, although we've had our issues, and I can see his issues too sometimes, but I think that we need to, I need to make some changes if he is trying to make some changes, and I just want to feel better.
Oh, it sounds like you're very critical on yourself with your relationships that you've been in, your dad coming forward.
Oh, I just think that everything, they all must be my fault that they've ended. I messed things up with my dad, so how can I make things right with other people? And, if I'm crying or having meltdowns or having flashbacks, I'm the one who's messing it up now.
So let's look at your relationship in the present with your fiance. What do you see yourself doing as far as messing things up? What do you tell yourself that you're messing up, and how are you doing it?
Well, I guess, every night I come, when I am working, I'm only working part-time most of the time. I'll come home at night, or after school, the kids are there. They just stress me out so much because there's so much fighting in the house between the kids. And I can't stand fighting because all I did was grow up in a house where everybody fought. And it sends me to another place. And then I start screaming and I start yelling. And then the kids will start crying. And then, then I feel like I'm being a bad mom again. So then I go and I get a drink to calm down. And then one drink turns into two. And then by the time my fiance gets home, I might have had 3 or 4 glasses of wine already, and I'm calm, but the kids are still upset and nothing's been resolved. So I kind of feel like I'm just living this thing over and over again, but it's really because I can't, I don't know how else to cope, and I can't stand the kids screaming. Everybody tells me it's normal for kids to fight, but it feels so wrong. It just feels wrong.
All right. So if we were to go back from you coming home and the kids are fighting and this stresses you out, which then you're saying leads you to drink.
Right, because that helps me relax.
Okay. And then your fiance comes home. And since you're stressed and you're already drunk, you're thinking that this makes him what?
I think he just sees me as weak and as, not a strong person. I mean, that's all I can think of is that I can't handle the kids. Like,
so has your fiance said this to you, that you're weak and you can't handle the kids?
No, I don't think he's said it. I think it's more the way he looks at me. It's just what I think. It's just,
so
I think I have to be strong to raise these kids.
When you come home and your kids are out of control and you drink and your fiance come home, you then tell yourself that you're weak.
Yeah, because I picked up the drink again instead of, just letting them fight or getting upset and then walking away. Like, there's probably so many other things I can do, but I get myself.
Like what? What are some other things that you think you can do in that situation?
I don't know. If I could have figured them out, I would have by now. But that's what I'm really struggling with is
But just think about it. Go back to, you come home, the kids are fighting, you pick up a drink, your fiance comes home, and then you kind of, the way he looks at you makes you feel like, oh, he's thinking I'm weak. But you've also said, I bet there are a couple of things that I could be doing in that situation. So let's look at your options. What are the other options? What are some things that you think you can be doing in that situation?
It's hard. I could probably separate the kids, rather than just like I kind of feel like I go from a 0 when I walk in the door to like a 10 as soon as they fighting. Like there's no in between for me. So it's kind of like I don't think. I'm separating them. There's not much structure at home. So they're kind of just, they get there about the same time as me, and it's just like a free for all. And I mean, maybe I'm not thinking of their needs though. Like maybe I'm not. Maybe they need to just be wild and crazy kids, and then they fight. I don't know.
So let me bring you back to what you just said. When I asked you what are some things you think you could be doing differently, you said I could separate the kids, or it seems like there should be structure.
Yeah, there's no structure at home right now at all. It's just like I come home, they come home at the same time. My fiance comes home 2 hours later, and I'm drunk. Dinner's not even half made yet. Or even if I'm not drunk, I still haven't made dinner because I'm feeling so bad about what I'm doing again, and that I'm upsetting the kids.
So what are some structures do you think you can put in for yourself first before your kids? What are some things that you can do for yourself before you take care of your kids in that moment? When you come home and they're running around, what is something that you can do for yourself before you move on to your kids?
What can I do? I don't know. I mean, maybe probably get something to eat because usually I don't get to eat lunch, so I'm pretty hungry when I come home.
Okay.
So maybe if I ate and I could think a little bit more clearer, and probably the alcohol wouldn't affect me so much. But maybe if we all had a snack together, like because they come in and it's not like I offer them anything. It's just like they come in and they're like crazy kids, throw their school bags all over, throw their shoes all over. But maybe eating and offering them something to eat with me would help.
So it'll help you calm down and it'll help them calm down.
Yeah, and I guess, my big thing is I feel like the time we spend together is always, it's not good time. It's fighting and it's yelling and I don't know. It just makes me think of, this is how it was in my house all the time. Is it ever going to change? And I'm going to be like 50 years old and it's still going to be the same thing.
But this is not your mother and father's house. This is your house.